know it's flex.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They go play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
And he fires one incomplete. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone.
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught.
That's how we do it.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Second down, back to Sanders. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 29-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time. It's
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory turkey and pumpkin pie.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Try and run for it with Gainwell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. Along the sideline, it's his man Henry making the catch.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Hurts fighting to stay upright. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play, as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nice throw there for the 1st down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
This one caught out wide by Landry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Hurts fumbles it.
But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, Gainwell. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Now Gainwell. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Hurts throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Back to throw here. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll make it a second down. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kenneth Gainwell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll come out throwing here on first down. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. On first down, Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end, Goddard. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the run is Gainwell. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it.
Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Check three, check three. No. Check three.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You got three down. Check. 53.
He'll look to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play here for Dallas.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Calvin Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. 14's the mic. 79 Bronco. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Mike 14.
Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go. Kill, kill, kill. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Hurt, hurt. Kill, kill, kill. Big Ed, big Ed. Right there, hurt.
Run for Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Ball in an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Check, 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 check. Switch.
He'll look to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Schultz. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Hurts fumbles it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. On second down, Pollard, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Bring it, bring it. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the slant. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the pass.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.